All right, hello everybody. Welcome again to another live stream here on WooEnglish. As always, this is Hamza, and this is another live stream on WooEnglish. Okay, let me just. Okay, very nice. Though the image is very butchered on on Instagram, it seems, but I think we can work with that. All right, so today we are going to talk about what happened this week on the 4th of November, which was the win of Zoran Mamdani in the mayoral elections, meaning that he became the mayor of New York. So, first of all, congratulations and congratulations to all the people who elected the man. I believe he is a hardworking young man, and today we are going to go through a listening about Zoran Mamdani, a listening that you will find on our channel. You will find it's over 1 hour listening material. And today we are going to discuss it. We are going to try to explore it through various activities. We're not going to listen to all the audio, to all the video, but we are going to only listen for a short, like one chapter, and then I'm gonna leave you if you would love to go discover the rest of the live yourself. So yeah, so before we start, I think maybe some of you would be watching this live stream for the first time. So I would love to just let you know what our channel is about. This is WooEnglish. It's a channel about learning English the natural way, which is through exposing yourself, immersing yourself in the language, like you expose yourself in the language and you let your brain figure out how the language works. You familiarize yourself first with the language and then you start learning it little by little. So today we are going to do a listening. We are going to expose you again to some English, and through that we are going to learn some language, and also we are going to improve our listening and maybe also speaking and writing skills. I would love to start, as I said, today we are going to talk about Mamdani, the new mayor in New York. Okay, so we are going to talk about Mamdani, who is the new mayor of New York. I'm going to start with a little question, the first question. So getting started, let's start to get to know the man. Can you describe him in one word? If you know him, of course. I think you've seen him all over the internet these days. He's been very famous. A lot of people were writing about him. All media sources were writing about him. So who is this guy? Or can you describe him in one word if you are already familiar with him? Describe this person in one word. I see people watching from YouTube or from Facebook. I guess there are some people joining from Instagram as well. So you are welcome. And as I said, this is a channel, we dedicated it to learning English the correct way. We teach you English the natural way, the way you learned your mother tongue. So let me put myself here on the screen. Okay, I'm here in the corner. So can you describe him in one word? For me, for example, if I would love to describe him in one word, I would say he is very ambitious. Okay, he is very ambitious. An ambitious person is a person who has a lot of goals for the future. So this is how I would describe Zoran Mamdani. I would describe him as an ambitious person. Ambitious person meaning he has a lot of talent, but he also has big dreams for the future. Ambitious. What about you guys? How would you describe the guy? How would you describe him? I'm not sure how things are on Facebook, on Instagram. I hope things are good. Okay, so how would you describe the guy? I'm waiting for your answers. Unknown. Hasi Zahan. Okay, that's a long name. So I'm gonna just call you Hasi. So Hasi says he is unknown. No one knows him. Is that what you mean, Hasi? Do you mean that no one knows him now, or that no one knew him before? Which one do you mean? unknown. Very interesting. Let me share your answer on the screen. So we have one answer describing Zora Mamdani as unknown, someone we don't know. Very interesting answer nonetheless, right? I find all answers very interesting because each answer shows me a different, unique way of thinking, of seeing things. But I would love just to elaborate for humorous. Okay, Atman. Atman, how are you doing? Atman is he was one of my students. I think if I'm talking to the right Atman. So Atman, how are you doing? How is life? And how is school this year? And what about people on Instagram? Are you watching the live stream? Is everything okay? Good, nice. How's your new English teacher? I think now you got a new English teacher. I hope you guys are managing well. I do not describe him so it's enough to describe him as okay, okay. Very nice. So for those of you who don't know this guy, he is a Muslim. He has the Indian origins. His parents were immigrants from India. So they immigrated to the United States. And now he is the mayor of New York. Like he is the leader of New York. And when we talk about the leader, the mayor of New York, we're talking about the mayor of one of the biggest, most important cities in the United States and maybe the world, right? Another thing is that he is a Muslim, right? And we all remember that in the United States, people witnessed the 9/11 happening in 2001 in New York. So a lot of people are not happy with him. And that's what we'll see today, by the way. That's one of the things we'll see today. Okay, so let me see the next question. What is it? I can't see the question well. Okay. Let me very quickly see what is the next question. Okay, so what do you think about his win? He just won the mayor election in the United States, in New York, in the state of New York. If you have any idea, what do you think about this win? Do you think that was good? Do you think that was it gave people hope? What do you think about the win? All right, let's move on. Okay, good for him. Yes, absolutely. A lot of things going to change in the United States, right? Okay, my question, and this is something we are going to discover today, by the way. This is something we're going to talk about today. Why are rich people not happy about him winning, especially in New York? Why are rich people and big companies not happy about Zohran Mamdani winning the mayor elections? Why do you think that's the case? You can just give me your guesses if you are not sure. If you're not very sure about the answer, you can just give me your guesses. Maybe this, maybe that. What do you think? I'm not sure if anyone is watching on Instagram. So if you're watching from Instagram, can you drop a like, say hi, say hello, say something in the chat? Hello, Yasmin. Welcome. So Yasmin, what about you? Have you been following the New York elections? Did you see how this guy won the New York elections? And what do you think about that? Because that was the previous questions. Since you guys missed some of the questions, so the first question was, can you describe him in one word? Number two, what do you think about his win in New York election? You can answer any question you like, because we'd love to give you some time to think. Maybe some of you are just joining. So today we're talking about the Zoran Mamdani's win. So why do you think big companies are not very happy? And this is something I'm going to reveal in the quiz. I'm going to give you a quiz about the guy. All right, let's move on to the quiz about him. Maybe you can answer the questions on your own time. So, what is Zoran Mamdani's best known for? Something he is very known for. He is a famous actor, cryptic. What do you mean by cryptic, Yasmin? So he is mysterious, kinda. All right. So he is famous actor. He is winning a significant political election, or he wrote a best-selling novel. Which one do you think he is best known for? And I think you already know the answer because we are talking about that today. As a Muslim, he will work against them. He will work, yes, yes. So for big companies, absolutely. But there is something else mysterious. I get it now. Yasmin, I get it now. I totally agree with you, Hassi. I totally agree with you. He will be working against those big companies, but not just because he is a Muslim, but he is not, well, not a capitalist. I'm using this word like very carefully. He is not a real capitalist. He opposes capitalism. Okay, next question. Let's move on. So he is known for winning the U.S. New York election. Zohran Mamdani tried before. So before he became a politician, he tried singing, acting, writing. He tried one of these three things. Before he became a politician, before he got into politics, he tried one of these three things. You can give me your guesses. Give me a raw guess. Singing, acting, writing. Which one do you guys think? Which one do you think Zohran Mamdani tried before he got into politics? Acting. So for Hassi, he tried acting before. What about you guys? What about the rest of you guys? Well, he actually tried singing. He tried rapping. He was a rapper. Well, the guy was living in New York, so he tried rapping before. Well, not acting, not writing. He tried rap. And by the way, you can go on YouTube, not now, after the live stream ends, you can go on YouTube and you can watch his rap video clips. Actually, they are still there. Okay. Yes, this is the important question. Why do companies hate him? What is his campaign focused on? What was his campaign focused on? Lowering taxes for large companies so they will pay less taxes, representing working class and the marginalized people, building more highways. A, B, C. Which one do you think his campaign? When we talk about campaign, we talk about when he was asking people to vote for him. What was the point that he used? Did he say that, well, I'm going to tax companies less? Representing working class, I'm going to represent working class and marginalized people, people on the side, or building more highways. My friend Hassi says it's A, lowering taxes on large companies. Hmm. Okay, Yasmin is thinking. Okay, well, he is best known for being for wanting very nice. Yasmin got it. So he wants to represent people who have no voice, people who are poor, people who are struggling, working class people. That's why he is very known. And actually, that's why he won the election. Is he going to give companies less taxes? Actually, the opposite. He said that he is going to increase the taxes on big companies so that he can get some money to pay for people who are not paid enough. And that's why rich people don't like the guy because he is against rich people. So that's why a lot of people are against him. Okay, so sometimes we can say the blue wave to refer to what? When you hear the blue wave in America, if you go to the United States, you hear them talk about the blue wave or maybe the blue like taken over. What does that mean? Is it a new sport, a victory for the Democratic Party, or is it an environmental disaster? Which one do you think is correct? Hassan says he won't achieve it though. He will not stand against, uh, uh, like, against rich people. I kind of agree with you. It's very difficult, but at least he is trying. So we will see what he can do. Can he really get against like rich people? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. It will be a very difficult task to like get against rich people. Well, when we say the blue wave, that means when a Democrat win, like Zora Mamdani was supported by Democrats. Most people who voted for him are Democrat. Because in the United States, blue means Democrat and red means Republican. Because we have Republican blue states and red states in the United States, right? Red states are majority Republicans, people who love Donald Trump, for example, are from the red states. And then blue states are people who like Obama, Biden, so they are on the left. Democratic, absolutely yes. Yes. Okay. All right. So let's learn these 5 words before we go to the listening. So 5 words. We are going to learn them before we go to the listening. So the words are dignity, unity, idealistic, representation, democracy. So I have 5 words: dignity, unity, idealistic, representation, and democracy. And underneath, you have 5 definitions. So, what I want you to do is to write for me A, for example, a state of being united. Which one is this? So, you write for me A, and then which word from the top list is correct? A system of government by the population. Which one is this? Pursuing high, sometimes unrealistic principle. Which one is this? Um, the state of being worthy of respect. Again, which one is this? And finally, having your voice heard by someone in power. Which one is this? So, 5 words: dignity, unity, idealistic, representation, democracy. Which one stands for which, or which one is the definition of which? These are words that we are going to hear now in a listening. So I want you to understand them before we go into the listening, right? 5 words, you can learn them today: dignity, unity, idealistic, representation, democracy. Below definitions, okay? But I need you to match them. Match each word with its definition. People on WhatsApp or on Instagram. I see many people watching, but you are not interacting. I hope you can get some courage and write for us something. A. Dignity, the state of being united. Are you sure, Yasmin? When we say being united, is that dignity? When nations are united, when people are united, be one. So a system of government by the population, one. Which one is one? Meaning dignity? Why do you guys love this dignity? Okay, dignity is the state of being worthy of respect. Now we agree. Now I agree with you, Yasmin. Yes. I'm going to share your answers on top of the screen. So, dignity is D. Exactly. Unity is A. So, unity is the state of being united. B is one. So, B, a system of government, is one, meaning dignity. I'm not sure. Because dignity, we said it's D. Unity A, I agree with you. Yes. So, unity is the state of being united. Dignity is the state of being worthy of respect. Idealistic, C, pursuing high, sometimes unrealistic principles. Yes, idealistic. When we talk about someone idealistic is someone who thinks about things that are not possible. Even sometimes we say idealistic, like idealistic thinking. You are an idealistic thinker. Dignity is C, but we said that it's dignity is D. Representation is E, having your voice heard. Of course, when you are represented, your voice is heard by people in power. And we are left, I think, with, so I'm gonna share. So dignity is D, unity is A, idealistic C, representation E, and democracy is B. Okay. All right. So now we are going to listen finally. 20 minutes of warming up. 20 minutes of warming up, but I think it was worth it. I just hope you guys will be. So, Yasmin, you got them all correct. Hasi, also, you got some correct. So, we are going to listen now, and what I would love for you to do is to listen carefully. I'm going to ask you some questions. 3 rules, as always. Listen, questions will follow. After you listen, I'm going to ask you some questions. Number 2, if you don't understand the word while we are listening, please ask me, and I will be more than happy to explain it for you. Number 3, like this video. I'm going to pause a little bit. I would love for you to like this video. Wherever you are watching us from, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, kindly click that like button. That's how you show some support to this channel. That's how we get the video to be watched by more people. Today we are talking about Zoran Mamdani. We are going to do a listening. After the listening, I'm going to ask you some questions. You are training your listening skills, your reading skills as well. So after we listen, I'm going to ask you some questions, and then we are going to practice some English about Zoran Mamdani, and finally we are going to have a discussion. Okay, so make sure to follow till the end of the video, but before, kindly click that like button. I would love for you to do that before we can carry on. I would love to give you some time. You can scroll. I think it's either up or down. I'm not sure where the like button is in your case, but kindly click that like button. That's how you show some support to the channel. That's how we spread. That's how we reach more and more people. Maybe that's how we reached you. Maybe someone clicked the like button and the video showed up on your feed. So kindly click the like button so that the video shows up on someone else's feed. So without further ado, let's go into the listening. Let me stop this one and let's listen. Okay. Okay. So the video we are going to listen to is on our channel. It's called Zoran Mamdani's New York. Learn English through stories. It's a B level, B1 level. Okay. So this is the video on our channel, WooEnglish. We have just dropped another video about New York itself, about the city. So you can listen to both of them. You will benefit so much from these 2 videos. because you are going to understand the full image, the full picture. Okay, so the video is 1 hour, exactly 1 hour. You can listen to it on the channel, but for now, we are only going to listen to one chapter, right? We're just gonna give you a taste of what our videos are like, and then we are going to have some questions. So let's go.
People are awake. Chapter 4. Why it matters.
Why this important?
The noise of the celebrations began to fade. The blue flags were folded and kept away. But across America, one question remained. Why did this victory matter so much? In a cafe in Brooklyn, an old man watched the news replay Zaran's speech. He turned to his grandson and said, "You see, it's not about parties. It's about people remembering their power." The boy nodded slowly, not fully understanding, but feeling something true. For years, many Americans had felt forgotten. Workers lost jobs while companies grew richer.
And this is why Mamdani's win is quite important, because people felt that the government does not listen to them.
Students carried heavy debt while education became a dream. Hospitals were full, but hope was empty. People wanted to believe that someone still cared. That night in Queens, when Zaran raised his voice, he didn't only speak to New Yorkers. He spoke to every person who felt unseen.
By the government. So everyone in the United States, even people not in New York, supported him.
He reminded them that government is not a building, it's people. The victory mattered because it was a signal, a heartbeat of democracy. It showed that power can change hands peacefully, through votes, not violence.
Exactly.
It proved that unity can rise above fear. In the words of one teacher from Detroit, we voted not just for Democrats. We voted for respect, for dignity, for truth. Her students clapped when she said that. They had learned a lesson more important than math. That democracy breathes only when people care enough to act. Zaran himself said it best in an interview the next morning. He sat by the window, still wearing the same simple jacket from the night before. His voice was calm. "I didn't win alone," he said. "This city won. The nurses, the cleaners, the artists, the drivers. Every person who wakes up early and comes home late. Every hand that builds this country deserves to be heard." Those words spread like sunlight after a storm. People shared them on social media with a single caption: "This is why it matters." But not everyone was happy. Some politicians in Washington mocked him.
Actually, one of the people who did not like him and still don't like him is the president himself. The president of the United States is not a big fan of Zoran Mamdani, and he was against him actually. So he's supporting the other candidate who was against Mamdani. So you can see what he was fighting against.
They said, "It's just local politics. It won't change anything." Others laughed on talk shows, calling him too young, too idealistic.
Yes, idealistic, we said, is when someone thinks about big dreams that people think, well, this is not realistic. So idealistic is the opposite of realistic, right? When you are realistic, you see things how they are. When you are idealistic, you live in a world of dreams. And a lot of people say, well, Zoran Mamdani is sure a very optimistic or very ambitious person. He would love to achieve a lot, but his goals are very big. For example, he would love to make transportation in New York free. He would love to make, I think, even like housing in New York, because houses, apartments in New York are very expensive. So a lot of people are struggling to find a house in New York. So he is trying to make houses affordable in New York. We'll see if he can achieve that or no. So let's continue our listening. Again, for people who just joined, listen carefully. We're going to ask some questions in the end.
Yet deep down, even they knew something had shifted. A door had opened, and the people standing behind it would not go back to silence. In small towns, people started talking again. Neighbors who hadn't spoken in years smiled at each other. Workers joined unions again. Communities began cleaning parks, helping schools, supporting each other. It was like America was waking up, remembering its heart. A woman in Texas said on the radio, "I didn't vote for him, but I respect him. He speaks for everyone." Her voice trembled. That's what leaders are supposed to do. Why did it matter? Because it reminded the nation of what democracy really means. Not power, but service. Not fame, but faith in the people. Not division, but dialogue. Zoran's win was not only about being Muslim or young, it was about proving that difference is not danger, it's strength. He represented a city that never sleeps, never gives up, and never stops believing in change.
Apple.
As days passed, new headlines appeared. Unions demand fair pay. Climate bill gains support. Voters call for more immigrant representation. The wind of change was blowing, slowly, quietly, but clearly. Even Trump's critics admitted, this movement has energy we can't ignore. And in private, some Republicans whispered, if we don't listen to the people, we'll lose them. One evening, Zoran walked along the East River. The lights of Manhattan shimmered on the water. He thought about the people he met during the campaign. A bus driver from the Bronx, a young mother in Harlem, a retired teacher in Queens. All of them wanted the same thing. A fair chance, a better tomorrow. He smiled to himself and whispered, this is why it matters. The blue wave wasn't just about color or politics. It was about memory. A reminder that power belongs to the people who believe. And once people remember that truth, they can change the world again. Chapter 5. Trump on defense.
We're going to listen to chapter 4. By the way, you can listen to the full video and you can see
they can change the world again. Chapter 5.
What Trump is doing. You can see that, you can discover that on our video, on our channel. But for now, I would love to go to see the questions that I prepared for you. I would love to see if you guys were listening. So let me see. Okay, here are the questions. So let's see if you were listening or no. So true or false? Okay, this is number 1. So what do you guys think? Is this true or false? Let me bring up the question. So many Americans felt forgotten before the victory. Before Zoran Mamdani won the elections in the United States, a lot of Americans felt forgotten and not seen in the United States. Is this correct? Is this true or false from the listening? Again, when we do a listening, I want you to listen for like specific information. I would love for you to listen to keywords. Was this mentioned in the listening that we have just done? T, you can write for me T or F, true or false, in the chat. And if anyone is watching us on Instagram, make sure to say a hi. Love to see how things are going on there. All right, where is Hassi and Yasmin? Where have you guys gone? All right, I'm going to answer the first question. So it is true. This is from the text. For years, Americans had felt forgotten. So this was true. Number two, uh, Zoran, right? Zoran claimed that he won the election entirely by himself. When he won the elections, he said, I did it by myself, alone. No one helped me. Is this true? Is this false? What do you guys think? False. Okay, yes, absolutely. This is false because from the text, he said, I didn't win alone. He said, the city won, the nurses, the cleaners, the drivers, etc. They all won. Okay, next one. The victory was only important for people living in New York. Very, very important thing. So Zora Mamdani is now the mayor of New York only, of just New York. But his victory, it's only important for people living in New York. Is this true? What do you guys think? Is it true? Is this false? Can you write for me the chance, a T or an F? And this is, by the way, a point that I explained. I intervened there, I remember. All right, I'm gonna reveal. Yes, this is absolutely not correct. False, absolutely, Yasmin, yes. Okay, so let's move on, not the question. Okay, so let's finish this one by one exercise for language, and then we are going to do. Uh, all right. So I have here five sentences based on the text. Each one of them has a little problem, a little mistake. Can you find the mistake and correct it? So Mamdani work hard every day. We don't like the new policy. We need to vote for our future. Mamdani won the election at the 4th of November 2025. Mamdani is mayor of New York. So, can you tell me which one is not, or what is the mistake in each sentence? Every day. Okay, but that's not the only mistake. Well, that's not a mistake first, by the way. Every day is not always written as one word. Okay, let me explain. Every day is written two words. Every day is written as two words. So let me ask you guys versus every day. Let me ask you, which one do you think is correct? Which one do you think is correct? Is every day two words or only one word? Is every day one word or two words? Okay, only one word. So for Yasmin, only one word. All right. So I'm going to share with you the answer. So we'll write it as two words if we talk about time. For example, I go to work every day. Okay. It's an adverb of time or of frequency. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm going to explain to you the difference between everyday and everyday. Both of them are correct, actually. Okay. We'll write everyday as one word or as two words, but there are two cases. So I can say I go to work every day. So here I mean the frequency. How often do you go to work? I go to work every day. So here it's an adverb of time. Okay, it's an adverb of time. Uh, I go to the gym every day. I meet my friends every day. So here I'm talking about time every day. How often does an action happen? But for every day as one word, it's an adjective. So when I say every day as one word, I'm describing something. For example, this is an everyday activity. Here, every day is describing the word activity. So we write it with only one as a one word. I hope it's clear. So if it describes how often does an activity happen, that's two words. It's an adverb. If I'm describing a word, if it comes before another word, that's an adjective. It should be written as one word. So that's not the mistake in number one. The mistake in number one is actually works. Okay, works. So because we have Mamdani, he, so it should be he works. Okay, he works. That's the mistake in number one. Number two, she doesn't like. She doesn't like. Okay, she very nice. Okay, I'm gonna share your answer, Yasmin. She doesn't like because for she, he, and it, we need to add an s. We need to vote. What about number three? We need to vote. Is there a mistake to start with? We need, yes, no, not needs, we need. Mamdani will won the election at 4th of November 2025. Here the problem is not in the verb. I'm gonna tell you this. The problem is not on the verb. Okay, Shakib. Okay, what about number four? Number four. What is the mistake in number four? So number four, actually, it's the at. We say on November the 4th. Okay, on November the 4th. Why? Because for at we only use it with exact time. For example, tomorrow I have work at 7. Okay, exactly. So at should be on, because when we have a date like November the 4th or the 4th of November, we should use on, not at. Last one, Mamdani is, I'm gonna correct. Mamdani is the mayor, because most of the time we only have one mayor in each city, so he is the mayor. When we have one thing of something like one person, for example, he is the president of the United States. Donald Trump is the president because we have only one president of the United States. He is the president. He is the king, right? So the is often used with something where we have only one. So for number 5, because we have Zohran Mamdani, he is only one mayor. We only have one mayor, so we should say he is the mayor of New York. Okay, so I'm gonna end this with a little discussion. One question in one word. Okay, very easy discussion today. Very easy discussion. You will answer it in one word. What is one word that describes a good leader in your in your opinion? So we talked today about the new leader of New York. Okay, Zohran Mamdani. My question is, what is one word that describes a good leader? If you want to describe someone as a good leader, what is one quality they should have or one word to describe them? Can you share with me your opinions? What is one word that describes a good leader for you? Shakib, thank you so much for your hearts. So, for Yasmin, he should be a visionary. So, a good leader for Yasmin should be visionary. A good leader for Shakib, I think, should have a lot of love inside of him. A lot of love in his heart. Actually, that's true. A good leader, ability. He should be able. What about you guys? What do you think? A good leader, what should he be? If if you want to say Donald Trump is a good leader, Putin is a good leader, uh, Xi is a good leader, I don't know, Zohran Mamdani is a good leader. What is one word that would describe him or that should describe him to make him fair? Nice. Or just, yeah. Fair, just, sure. Charismatic, nice. I like that word. Charismatic. Yes. What is one word that describes a nice, good leader for you? Who would you call a good leader? I can't read Chinese, I'm sorry. Okay. I can't read Chinese. But I would love to know what this means. Ambitious. I like that. I would say Mamdani is a very ambitious person. So a very ambitious person is someone who has like a lot of goals, a lot of dreams, a lot of hopes. Determined. Yes, I totally agree with that. Determined. Yes. Yes. Okay. All those were Korean. Okay. All those were very collaborative. Yes, I think you are giving me very, very interesting answers for my last questions. I'm very proud of you all. So I think we reached the end of this live stream. Thank you so much for watching. If you would love to watch the full video about Zohran Mamdani, make sure to go to our channel. The video is called Zohran Mamdani. There is another one that we just dropped 4 hours ago about New York. So if you would love to see why is the elections in New York very important, go to that video. It's a very important video. So fighter for your people, positive influence, all of your answers absolutely on point. So I would love to thank you. Make sure to subscribe if this is your first time watching. People on Instagram, I hope you were watching. I didn't see you interact, but I hope this will be a nice beginning. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. See you next week and have a nice, love.